Hi guys, it's Ian from E2A, Educate to Accumulate. It is Sunday the 13th of February 2022. It's about 1 o'clock in the afternoon in the UK. A very warm welcome back. Had a particularly good week last week. We got hold of some yen crosses. We also got hold of some Aussie trades late on Friday and also the euro. So quite a bit of a mixed bag. Got a flat book going into the Sunday night, Monday morning open, and I'm looking at some different risk currencies. Quite happy to have closed out Friday. It was more luck than judgment. I was actually in the pub at about 8 o'clock and looked at my P&L and thought that would do very nicely and closed out. I then had quite an in-depth look at the charts yesterday, and a lot of the risk currencies have actually hit resistance. So we've got yen at resistance, we've got Swiss at resistance, and we've also got the Aussie against, well, we'll have a look in a minute, but the Aussie at support. So I'm going to start off with the Aussie. I'm going to highlight why I want to be selling into rallies later in the week with regards to the Aussie, so not at the open. I then want to have a look at sterling as well, because sterling highlights selling into rallies, and again, not at the open. So might have a quiet day on Monday. We'll wait and see where we get to with regards to these different setups. So let's get to the charts. I've just got my Aussie pairs here. Okay, so I'm on a Aussie watch list. I want to run through them all, but with particular attention to the Aussie dollar and the euro against the Aussie dollar. Because I've got a mild bullish bias in the euro, but there's potential for virtually all of these to play out, and we will be keeping an eye on them in the Telegram group. If you want to join the Telegram group, it's Educate to Accumulate. The 2 is a number 2, and it's free to join, and there I sort of post my live trade ideas. Let's get to Aussie dollar first. Okay, so here is probably the most important chart. Now, obviously, with what's going on the Ukraine border, it's just been watching the BBC News, and there's a guy on there saying that he believes an invasion is imminent. I was talking to one of my pals on Friday. He used to be in the army. He says there's no chance of an invasion as far as he's concerned. He thinks that Russia just hasn't amassed enough troops. So there's real sort of mixed pictures with regards, well, as far as I'm concerned, with regards to this hype that's going on at the moment. But like I said, the charts are highlighting that we've got scope for at least a bounce to the upside on Monday morning. So I think the long-term picture here, so Aussie dollar 4-hour chart, this is the BC leg of a crab formation, which will complete up here. So we could go lower. We could go higher because the BC leg is the hardest leg to speculate or deciphering the ciphers. So here is the 1-hour chart. Let's knock that down to 15 minutes so you can see it a bit better. So the fact that we've held this swing low does highlight that we could move to the upside at the open. This would then be a prime short entry forming a bat formation 72.31. Obviously we'd then need to look at the single currency to see where we are at the time, but if we get in here with a stop in here, then we have the potential for a move down to here. So that's just to highlight what sort of trade setups we look at. Let's get a sell one, not a buy one. So this would be the formation or the target. Remember the stop above the swing high, so about 10-1 with regards to risk reward for a short Aussie. Now, euro against the Aussie, and again this long-term picture looks pretty bleak. This is the daily chart. So I believe we've got scope to move down here, so selling euro, buying Aussie. If we go to this chart, I've got a confluence level here at 158.28, which is very important. And if we go to this chart, let's just go to this one and take it back to 60 minutes because that's more important. We've got a confluence zone here. So remember, this dotted line is a confluence zone on the 8-hour chart. This could potentially hold. So we've got 261.8%. This is 88.6%. So that would actually make quite a nice pattern. Remember, we need to see euro bullish, Aussie bearish when we get to this level, otherwise it's null and void. Sterling Aussie, let's just switch my PC noise off. Got somebody talking to me on Skype. Sterling Aussie, again, a bit of a mixed picture, but this is looking like a Gartley formation, so could move to the downside. Really prime is selling sterling, buying Aussie for higher up. Aussie Swiss, selling Aussie, buying Swiss higher up. Aussie yen, we've got the formation. Okay, this is the back formation, so we've completed the formation. We are moving lower, but just notice that tick to the upside when yen hit resistance late on Friday. So I believe there's ample scope for a move up to then get short again. Aussie New Zealand, not particularly bothered about. And Aussie CAD, we've got a confluence zone selling Aussie up here. So 91.94. Let's get rid of the smiley face. Is a confluence zone making a formation on the 8-hour chart. So again, we'd be using that as a move to the downside for Aussie. So looking like potential for bounces in most of the Aussie pairs, but really the underlying outlook looks like we should hold fire and wait until Aussie has had a bounce to the upside to then sell into. If we go to sterling, let's go through these sterling crosses. Sterling dollar, this, oh God, hold on 1 second. This looks like a move to the downside before we get the rally up. So again, selling into rallies. We talked about this last week. 136.29 is probably prime. Euro sterling. This is the strong move down that we've seen in euro sterling. We've got a back formation down here at 83.07. So again, buying euros, selling sterling. Sterling Aussie. Let's go to this time frame. So a move lower and then a move higher to sell sterling around about 90.98, 190.98. Swiss franc, sterling Swiss, and again we've got this lovely pattern here. We managed to get a sterling Swiss short on Friday, and we talked about this potential risk reward of being at about 25 to 1. Let's get rid of that. So again, there is potential for a bounce to the upside. This dotted line is prime resistance at 125.73. Sterling yen, the same. A bounce to the upside to sell into. Prime resistance is at 157.19. And remember, that move higher is more on the back of yen, or was more on the back of yen than on the back of sterling. Sterling New Zealand. Let's go to 2 time frames here. So 4 hours selling into sterling rallies for a move back down. 120.50 is probably prime. Sorry, 202.50 is prime. And then last but not least, sterling CAD. And I don't really like this. Sterling and CAD, I think, have probably both got scope to move to the upside. Again, if Aussie moves higher, normally means stocks move higher, normally means oil moves higher. So sterling would basically be moving in conjunction or at the same time as CAD, and that's not really what we want to see. So not really on the watch list. So just to reiterate, I think we see a bounce on the Sunday night, Monday morning open. I think that bounce in the Aussie is going to offer selling opportunities. I think that a move higher in sterling could offer selling opportunities. We'll obviously be looking at calendar events as well with regards to both of those single currencies. Okay, guys, please join us in the Telegram group if you want to have more insights into the market. It's educate to accumulate. If you're watching on YouTube, please press a like or not, as the case may be, and please subscribe if you want to see similar videos. Many thanks, and have a great weekend. Cheers.